that a wooden pencil?
Yeah.
They still make those?
In years. Damn.
Yeah, man. I found
Pioneers
that.
used to draw with these for hours.
Well,
bro.
we had to take a test the other night in one of my classes, and we had to use a number 2 pencil. So.
Yeah.
Have you ever like taken the chance where you had a mechanical pencil and like you borrow it from someone? You're like, fuck, I don't have a number 2 pencil, and then you just go to use it, and you're like halfway through the test, and you're like, what if it isn't number 2 lead in there? And you're like, fuck.
Number 2. I don't know.
Because it could be .07.
It could be whatever, and then like it goes to the Scantron. You're like, I'm gonna fail this test for this one reason, for me not being prepared and having a number 2 pencil.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but I feel like .05, .07, you can still be number 2. It doesn't matter the size. Like you were saying, what if it's .07?
All right, we're not taking a test. Welcome to HapHazard,
Anyways, guys.
episode 3. We're here for another one.
Yeah,
You already
guys.
know.
It's been so much fun making these episodes. I know that. I've been enjoying it.
We'll start doing one a day.
Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in to HapHazard. Make sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. Make sure to rate us 5 stars on iTunes. Right. Tonight, we have an awesome guest. This is probably the nicest girl I have met since I've lived in Wilmington. She is a soccer player and traveling guru. Everyone, please welcome Amanda Doherty.
Let's go, Amanda, coming in.
What's up, everyone?
What's going on?
What number are you on? It's a little empty here.
Welcome.
Welcome to HapHazard.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Going good, going good. Well, let's just move this over
As
here.
Cody
a
would
little
say,
bit more.
another day, another dollar.
Another day, another
dollar.
podcast.
Another day, another
That's
day.
right. What are we on? Episode 300 now?
301, 303. We're at episode 3.
Okay.
Damn, it seems like more, but
Yeah. Well,
it is
so
what it is.
I just want to get right into it. Well, first of all, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Like, I see you around, but
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've known you for a while, but at the same time, like, I don't really know you.
And that's
Yeah.
why we had her
Yeah.
on, because we're about to be getting to know each other better than we ever had before. Because episode 3 is the episode we've all been waiting for. You want to know why? Because we have literally the biggest traveler we know and just the pure soul right here. And she's going to let you guys tap into that a little bit right now.
Yeah, so I just want to dive into it. Like, so I stalked your Instagram. I mean, I had to. And
if you see a random like,
well, so what I noticed was you travel a lot, right?
yeah, I mean, I go here and there, and
By travel, it's not even like, yes, you just lived in, Thailand for 3 months?
2 months.
2 months? Well,
Yeah.
it's not even just that kind of travel. It's more of the travel where, like, you're just always trying to do something. Always. Like, very extroverted, very outgoing. And just tell us, I guess we'll just start off with the biggest topic that I'm sure a lot of people want to hear about is Thailand. What made you want to go? What did you do when you were there? What are some crazy stories? I don't know.
So, basically, the reason why I wanted to go was because the people there are so genuine. And the landscape is beautiful, and even though the trip took 36 hours,
Oh, my God.
36 hours.
36
so it was,
hours?
yeah. Plane, bus, train, car.
Wait, so you took a
Every
plane
form
over
of
there?
transportation. I mean, I might as well have just swam there, but it was like insane. Like boat, yeah. Every form of transportation you could even like imagine we took. And it was just the most amazing time I've ever had in my life. Because just plopping into this new place where you haven't
The culture, completely different,
seen
culture
it
shock.
in your entire life. Like, it's so much different. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
so
much
anyways, no, I noticed like on your Instagram, a lot of pictures make it seem like Thailand's like super exotic. I don't know anything about Thailand, so I mean, what was your favorite thing about Thailand?
My favorite thing was pie.
I did not expect that.
It wasn't like actual pie, like apple or cranberry.
Yeah.
If there even is a cranberry pie, but
3.26.
What kind of pie?
3.14.
you know, we just had pie day, but no.
Yeah.
It's spelled Pai, and it's a place. It's a small town in northern Thailand, and we stayed there for only like 10 days, maybe less. But it was the cutest hippie town that I've ever been to. Like,
Really?
and it was, so you have to go up this giant mountain to get there, and the taxi drivers, they call them tuk-tuk Well,
Tuk-tuk?
so yeah, they have tuk-tuks and then they have taxis. Tuk-tuks are like way smaller,
Mhm.
and they drive them around the city. But we were in this like taxi van, and the road is like so winding and curving, and we were just going up, and then we finally got there, and we stayed in this awesome hostel, and in the back there was giant rice field, and one night we actually 2 people were having a bonfire out back, and they had a bamboo stick, and they cracked open the bamboo stick, and they had sticky rice, which was picked from the field right there.
Yeah.
No.
And they were like, hey, try this. And we were like, okay. So we tried it, and it was the best rice I've ever had in my life.
Sounds delicious.
It was amazing.
Isn't it
That's
wild,
cool.
like, how different society could be over there? Like, when I was in Croatia and I was up in the mountains living up there, it was, like, super third world, first off, and then second off, it was, like, their whole family, like, the whole family, like secondary family, like, everyone that they were related to all lived in the same area, the mountain, and it was just, like, it's more, like, cultural, like, you're more there with, like, nature, and it's unreal. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool. Like, I have heard like similar things about Thailand and it being like super like just cultural and obviously way different than here. And that's cool that you were there for that long also, because when you returned to the U.S., you must have just been shocked.
I was shocked, yeah.
So wait, you were there for how long again? 2 months or 3?
2 months, yeah.
2 months.
So we had to get a visa. So yeah, if you're there for less than 30 days, you don't need a visa. But if you're there for more than 30 days, you need a visa.
Mm-hmm.
So
what was there any parts or anything you can remember about Thailand that you didn't like or that you hated?
So, yeah, the toilet situation.
Oh, tell us about that.
What was that?
Yeah.
So, as you all know, it's a third world country, and they don't really have the means, I guess.
Modern plumbing.
Yeah, modern.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, basically, what you do, and most places actually they didn't even have toilet paper, so you would have to either buy it or bring it, and so you would go into the bathroom, and it would be like a toilet seat, like the toilet seat that we have, but it would be like on the ground. And you would literally have
into
to
a hole.
into a hole. Yeah,
So it was like an outhouse? Was it inside the house or was it like away?
So no, it wasn't like an outhouse. It was like a normal bathroom, but
Just a big hole.
and they had stalls. But
Okay,
Wow.
so you at least had your privacy.
yeah, you had your privacy.
It's
Yeah.
kind of
on
like a
the floor?
septic. It's like a
So-
septic tank, but literally right there.
And then to flush it, you would have a bucket of water next to
Oh my god.
the toilet.
Mm.
So that was one thing that I would not be able to deal with in everyday life.
Right.
That
But
made you appreciate modern plumbing also.
oh, for sure.
But at the same time, I mean, I know you got a lot of awesome pictures, to say the least.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, the viewpoints over there. I mean, just hiking to the top of a mountain and seeing like crystal clear blue water
Wow.
and stuff. It was like
So did you like do
Beautiful.
snorkeling and stuff when you were there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that, I might be wrong, is that where the elephants were? I saw pictures of elephants.
Yes.
That was Thailand?
Mhm.
That's one animal I've always wanted to like see in person. Just an elephant. Like,
They're very intelligent.
it seems so
from
cool,
what I know.
yeah.
They're so
They
cool.
got good memory, I hear,
Yeah.
or something, I don't know.
You can
So-
actually ride them, right? Like that sounds
Well,
fucked up.
you can't really. Yeah, you shouldn't really ride them, but you kind of like.
Dude, I'm thinking of like a kid at like the not a carnival, but you know, like a fair.
Oh yeah, kind of like a petting zoo. You know,
Yo,
you'll sit on them
honestly,
and
guys,
go.
I love elephants. Do not roast me in the comments for that one.
No, it's
I
okay.
respect them. I was just like,
You can ride on their neck, and it's okay. Like
yeah, I
riding
didn't
on
even
their
ride like a
back kind of
horse, but yeah.
hurts their back. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So-
I think I remember as a kid going to like a petting zoo one time and maybe it wasn't an elephant, but I thought there was an elephant
I
there,
think I'm
and
tripping right now.
it would like walk in circles, and you could just kind of sit on it and
Yeah.
like but it wasn't. I
Whatever.
mean, you feel bad for the animals, but at the same time, I don't think you're really harming.
Well, I
them
hate
sitting
zoos. Let
on-
me put that out there. I hate zoos. Like, I think it's just
Really?
like not inhumane, but just like terrible. Let them live. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I don't know. But I guess like we'll talk more about the positive experiences in Thailand. But I also want to like cover a topic about how they try scamming Americans. Like, did you encounter that? I heard, like, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos on Thailand and, like, just, like, tips if you go there, and they can be very scandalous, right?
They are, yeah, they are. So they'll try to, like, lure you in, and they'll sort of harass you in a way, just because they know that Americans have money.
Yeah.
So they'll want you to, you know, ride on their boat, and we never got scammed really bad, but, yeah, it wasn't too bad.
So when you say ride,
It's like any tourist attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
Down the islands, just south. I don't know. Like I went to Jamaica last year, and they were like that, really pushy, really trying to get you to spend your money.
Yeah.
okay,
You were there with someone though that you knew, correct? Or at least like you had a friend, not a friend. I don't know if it was a friend or not, but at least you were there with someone who like can guide you around.
Yeah.
And
so.
I guess like, do you remember what currency you used there? Like, what is the currency?
So it's Thai baht.
Thai baht.
Thai
Sounds
baht.
like crypto.
So what is $1 versus 1 Thai baht?
I can't quite remember. I think it was 100 baht was. I don't. 100 baht was like 30 cents or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. $3. Yeah, I can't quite remember that.
I'm guessing it was more. I'm guessing it was more to baht.
But okay,
for
I'll put
lower
this in
dollar.
perspective.
Yeah.
You could get a meal for $1.50, which would be 50 baht.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh wow.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
okay.
So Yep.
That's actually, and it's weird when you're there too, like trying, like I don't know if you went anywhere else besides Thailand, but like it's weird when you have to like convert it in your mind at the moment, and then you're like, damn, like this is actually super like inexpensive, and especially if you're going from country to country over there, it's like every new place you have a new currency, and it's just like, it's cool like learning about it. Like I think I've been a place with like florin, euros. I can't remember the names of other currency, but it's a cool experience for sure.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I've only actually flown on the airplane one time. I went to Miami 2 years ago, not even 2 years ago, and I'm getting ready to actually, me and Hunter are actually going to Puerto Rico next weekend. So this will be my
That's
second
gonna be
time
awesome.
flying.
It's gonna be cool.
How long are you guys gonna be there for?
We're going to be there.
Leaving Friday, coming back Monday. It's gonna be a really short trip for as far as we're going.
Yeah, 4 total days, but we're only staying 3 nights.
So that's like a vacation, right? You call it?
Definitely a
Yeah,
vacation.
just a
Would you?
Quick vacation.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you guys
Long
going
term.
for? Just chilling?
It's somebody's
Pleasure.
Caitlin's
Well, we're
birthday.
going. Well, yeah, and
yeah, it's Caitlin's birthday.
yeah, and Steven. So
Oh, yeah,
it's-
and Steven.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Steve-O.
Happy
Let's
birthday,
go.
Steve.
Yeah, I knew it. I told
Yeah.
Steven I was going to shout him out during this podcast. So
Yeah.
here
Oh,
it is.
wait. Speaking of shout outs, shout out Gary V.
Oh yeah, might as well throw that in there.
Throw that in there real quick.
Yeah,
Every
shout out to
podcast,
Gary
Yeah,
V.
you already
subscribe
know.
to Gary V.
Subscribe.
Shout out to SpongeBob SquarePants also.
Yeah, we know why you were late.
Yeah.
You've been watching SpongeBob.
No, if you know me, I'm late to everything.
Yeah.
So
No,
It's all good.
it's not a problem. We were just in here messing around. It's fun just sitting in this room. I'm
Yeah.
telling
Yeah.
you.
We were filming some other stuff, just chilling, testing.
So I know we kind of doing this backwards, but we talked about Thailand. But I don't even know, like, where do you live at? Here in Wilmington.
yeah, I live in Virginia, and I just commute every
That's
day to
really-
school.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
it's a hard
You know?
drive. But
Where in Virginia?
I didn't even know that.
Chesapeake. You guys didn't know that.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding.
And
I
you
swear I
ride
didn't
this-
know.
I'm just kidding. No.
I'm not kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Damn, y'all are gullible.
Chesapeake would have been a
Hey, I don't
long
know.
drive.
No, I live at Carlton right now, so
Oh, that's right up the street.
quick walk to school.
Okay,
It's
okay.
really nice.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm in close proximity.
Speaking of school, I guess to talk about rec therapy, right? How's that
Yep.
going?
It's going really well. I only have one more semester. I register on the 1st.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Good luck for that.
Thanks.
It's flying
Yeah,
by,
cool.
probably, right? Give
It's
the
flying by.
viewers like what is rec therapy? Let them know.
rec
'Cause, like,
therapy.
a lot of people don't know, and I
a
feel like
lot
it's a
of people-
very, very important topic.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Yeah.
do not know what rec therapy is. It is helping people with disabilities through recreation and leisure, and you can work with people with intellectual or physical disabilities. My plan is to work with people with physical disabilities through adapted sports, which would be like wheelchair basketball or sitting tennis or wheelchair tennis, seated volleyball, cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
Adapted skiing, snowboarding, the list goes on and on. Just doing activities with people and running interventions with people who can't do it themselves.
Right.
Like people with amputations, spinal cord injuries, traumatic brain injuries. The list goes on and on for the disabilities as well. But it's like such a good major to be
and this
in.
is why
It's
I
really
said
cool.
you're one of the nicest girls I've
know.
met in Wilmington. Right here. That goes to show.
Hashtag stop the R word.
Yeah, seriously, that word is not.
Unsensitized.
It really is. I
Yeah.
don't like that word.
So,
Now we
besides
go-
school, besides Thailand, you're how old?
22.
22.
22.
What else you doing on your free time nowadays?
Just.
Hobbies?
Oh, I'm actually going surfing tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You do.
Okay.
You do know how to surf. Damn, don't you guys surf or no?
I hadn't been in a long time.
I used to love to surf. I had this longboard, but then I let a couple of my friends borrow it, and now I have 2 shortboards. So I haven't been surfing that much.
Steve-O, he taught me how to surf like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then,
I think I remember
You remember that?
I was
I was
there
like,
that
I'm up
day.
on the board, take the picture quick. No, I'm kidding. And then I didn't do it after that summer, and I kind of...
Coincidentally, that's who borrowed my board.
Oh.
Stephen K.
Yeah, we're taking, we're taking back the happy birthday.
It's a foam.
Hold on
It
a second.
happens.
I want to go to this
It
day.
wasn't made out of metal or anything, you know.
I'm only going to talk about this for a second, but that particular day, the ocean was rough. All right? The ocean was rough, and I didn't break the board, and I'm just trying to defend Steven here, but the ocean was very rough. It could have happened to anybody, so I just want to throw that out
Hey,
there.
sometimes
Yeah,
it
it
happens,
could
you know.
happen.
There's nothing you can do.
Happens
Yeah.
to pros. I mean,
That's right. You shred too hard.
All right, guys, we're about to go into a quick break.
Folks, there is nothing I would like to do more than to make podcasts 24/7 for y'all.
That's right.
But we got to keep the lights on. That being said, this podcast is brought to you by HapHazard Apparel. HapHazard Apparel. Are we started up yet? Not yet. But we're getting it ready. Also brought to you by Oscar's Restaurant. Order what you want, eat what you get.
So anyways, if you go one place anywhere, where would it be right now?
if I can go anywhere right now,
In the world.
I would like to go to Tanzania in Africa.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah,
Inform
I'm
me. Let's
completely
hear it.
unfamiliar with that. What is-
Well, Mount Kilimanjaro is in
Oh,
Okay.
Tanzania, so I'd like to conquer that bad
Ooh,
boy.
cool.
Dang. Like, hike up it.
Yeah, like hike up
Nice.
the mountain.
How-
I've heard a lot about
That's
it.
interesting.
That's a big
What,
one.
like, how difficult is that hike? have
I think
no-
it's really hard, and you have to camp out like along the way because it's the tallest mountain in the world.
Really?
Oh my god.
I
need
had-
to look
see,
up
I had
some
no
videos
idea.
about that. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Everest is not the tallest, or is Everest?
I'm pretty sure Kilimanjaro's taller.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I've heard of
crazy.
Kilimanjaro before.
Yeah,
but
I've
honestly,
heard it was a bad mountain.
I didn't know it was in
Bad
Africa.
mountain?
A bad mountain to climb. Yeah. A big bad mountain.
She
big
said she
bad
wants
wolf.
to conquer it, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
so well, yeah.
That seems
Big
like it's pretty.
bad.
That'd be really cool.
Damn. So that I guess we haven't really talked about your adventurous side besides the Thailand thing. So like, have you done any other like intense hikes like that, or not? Is it something you really want to do to explore into?
I've never really done any intense hikes. I've just been out to Asheville and
Mm-hmm.
well, I've been to Colorado too. So I did pretty intense hike there, but nothing too special. Nothing too.
How did you do with the altitude?
Oh, I had to drink
That's
so
rough,
much
right?
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Dude, I went to Colorado once and I was like dead the whole
Mhm.
time. It was rough, and they were selling like cans of oxygen. You see that?
Mhm.
When you're selling air,
It helped for
no.
that 1 second, but then it
Yeah.
just goes away.
You see, I think we're bringing up Soulja Boy again, or was it Soulja Boy or someone?
Drake.
was it Soulja Boy or someone else who literally started selling air? for like $20 a bottle.
It was
I
probably
swear to
Soulja
God.
Boy.
It was literally one of the earlier rappers, and they were making a killing off of it.
I
And
hadn't
they
heard of
marketed
it.
it to the rich, and I was just like,
Yeah.
at that point, I don't know what to say. I mean, you might need to get in touch with them real
True.
quick for that hike. You feel
Honestly,
me?
yeah.
So where all have you traveled? Of course Thailand, but like where?
Anywhere else? She said Colorado.
Nowhere else.
Any
yeah,
big?
like,
So nowhere in like big like that.
No, nowhere else big, but I'd like to. I've just been all up and down the East Coast and then over to Colorado.
Okay.
And yeah, but trying to travel more.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Like exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Sports. You play soccer, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, soccer. That's about it.
Like even in your past.
I ran track and field, but it was like track and soccer were like my main two.
Yeah. Do you think like after you graduate from UNCW, you're gonna continue soccer at all, or no? Is there even any leagues around here for like post grads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm on one right now. The Wilmington Women's Soccer Association. So I play for them, and we have team members that are like 30 years old or 40,
got you.
so you can play whichever age.
Yeah,
It's
I
pretty cool.
wish I continued.
So
my
you've been playing
youth
your
sport
whole
career.
life, right?
Pretty much since I was 8.
Since
8
you
years
were
old.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's how we met you. Like, you were
Mhm.
on the girls' soccer team. Steven, we're going to have to get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steven was on the
point.
guys' soccer team, and that's kind of how we met you.
Yeah, it was through soccer, through Cape Fear. It's pretty cool.
Dude, I remember the days I worked security at Cape Fear, and I would just watch every game. Like, I had like nothing to do. I would just sit there.
remember that.
Yeah.
Before I met you, I had remembered your face from working security at Cape Fear. And then
What a job!
And
what
it
a
was
job.
like,
Crazy.
You just walk around.
dude, I can't remember. I can't
I
believe.
don't remember you being security, man.
Yeah.
I've worked every job you could think of, man.
Yeah.
People may not know it
You're
now.
a tough
but-
guy.
Yeah, he was the tough
Oh,
guy.
man.
Yeah, I remember like we were just fresh at Carolina Cove, like, and he comes over to our place one night for like a pregame, and I was like, man, this guy works security at Cape Fear. I was like,
And then Amanda's like, no, like, trust me. He just has a clipboard.
yeah, and like that's
That's
like
just kidding.
when I met Cody, that was the only thing I knew about him was that he worked security at Cape Fear, and then from there, like he didn't work. It was pretty much after I met you, you didn't really work there anymore.
Yeah, I worked there like when I moved down here. I wasn't even accepted to school, and I was like worked full time. And then I'm not gonna get deep on this, but life is crazy because if I didn't work there, I would have not gotten to UNCW because they had recruiters there. I talked to them. They put me on a list, a special list. Like,
Man.
life is wild.
Life
guys.
is crazy.
Life
Yeah.
is crazy.
Agreed.
I don't know. What's you ever have a near-death experience?
Living
Boom.
with you.
Yeah, the viewers don't know about that.
Yeah.
when we used to have
I
pair
can't believe you
fights.
just pulled that one out.
Yes, yeah, what?
What fights?
Pair fights.
What's that?
Pair fights.
Like the
Ew.
fruit.
I remember I threw a pear at you one
Oh,
time.
pair fights. I was like, is this a word I don't know about? Yeah, dude, we had some crazy times. I don't
No,
know. The
just
viewers
kidding.
don't want to hear about our roommate stories. Though, you know what I mean?
I don't know. They
Pretty
might.
funny.
They
Yeah,
might.
we gotta get Jero on here. Shout out Jero. We're giving
Shout
shout
out
outs to everyone.
Jero,
You get a
yeah.
shout out. You get a shout out. You all get shout outs.
Like, I visited y'all's apartment like 2 times when y'all lived there. All I remember, both times I went there, and it was like late after the bars. Cody and Jay, I don't know where you were. Cody and Jay are cooking, and your eyes just start burning. Like, I don't know what y'all
Always.
did. Yeah, but y'all start cooking, and every time you start coughing and sneezing, your eyes are burning. You just have to get out.
It was like
What are
someone
you-
threw
It's like
pepper
somebody-
spray.
yeah, pepper
Spray pepper
What?
So
spray.
you understand, right?
No, yes,
It's
I
like-
remember that.
And y'all
I remember
actually put that in your bodies. You actually ate that stuff.
No, this is what it was. I think I think I can nail it right here.
These guys are crazy.
that. What was it?
Are you talking about spices?
It was this.
I don't know.
I think I know. It,
Jero's Spanish?
well,
He has some spices on that shit.
so from what I observed going over there when the burning sensation happened to me
Why am I just finding out about this?
It used to
was
happen to me all the
was
time.
that
I was
they
like,
they would be chefing it up and You know, they would have that grilled chicken, peppers, all in a pan. You know, stir fry, and the heat would be on like 8.
Yeah.
So I think that was what it was. It was such a hot pan, and the steam and the seasoning and everything would hit.
It wasn't just the heat. It was like
It's that good shit, dude.
Y'all would bust open M80s and then throw it in the pan. Or something. It was. I honestly do. I think it was like.
Jero, leave a comment below on what spices we use.
I mean, really, you put
garlic
like
powder,
pepper
onion powder,
some
some cayenne pepper, salt, pepper. We cooked mounds of food.
Whatever
I'm
it
talking
was,
about
it
that
tasted
food.
good.
Like, you
I
got a
don't know
plate?
how you did it, Amanda. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's like bear spray. In the
I don't
house
know
every day.
what it was
It
because
was
I
like-
remember that too. But
Yeah.
it's like I didn't think about that until you said that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that used to happen like all the time. Like my eyes would be
Yeah.
burning.
The only thing you think is like maybe y'all ate the same food so much
We
for
did.
like fitness that like you had to keep adding more and more spice to where you could still keep tasting.
Had to switch it up, variety.
And at some point, it was just ridiculous.
I don't think Amanda could have handled. Like, I think she just was like, I can't handle this anymore because we were like the Brady Bunch, and she was that like family member that wanted to get the fuck out. Like, I don't know. No,
I
like,
just
you
wasn't-
like living with us. We always had
It
fun.
was
We had
fun.
a good time. But
No, yeah. Every time I went to y'all's place, we always had an awesome time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Isn't it
Definitely.
crazy? That was like 3 years ago. Time goes by.
What? Wait.
Oh my
really?
God, yeah. So time goes by quick, and I just read an article today, and it was literally talking about how the older you get, there's actually, you know how like the older you get, time feels like it goes by quicker, right?
Yeah.
Well, in like you think it's because you've lived more, and that's like an obvious like the more you've lived, the faster it's gonna go by technically. But there was a study that just came out that actually showed that there's some kind of connection in your brain with the chemicals that degrades the older you get and actually makes it feel like time goes by quicker. So people were commenting on it. It was on Reddit, I was reading this, and people were leaving comments like, theoretically, if they came out with a medication or a solution to make that from not happening, would it make time go by slower
That'd be pretty
or
cool.
normal?
I'd do
Normal. That would be
I'd
crazy,
try
right?
it at
Yeah,
least.
And
I would.
like,
I would
I
try
don't want
that.
time to
I would
go
try
too
it.
slow.
Mhm.
though.
Yeah. You don't want to feel like you're on some kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd definitely try. That'd be
I,
pretty
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I wish you could pick and choose the days that it went into
Yeah,
effect.
yeah.
That's that's the
Sure,
kicker
yeah.
right there.
Yeah. Time is a crazy concept.
When you got to do something you
insane.
dread, you would turn that thing up to the maximum level.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I'm torn if time even exists.
Yeah, if you want to get
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
deep.
Let me ask you a question, Amanda. Shout out to Logan Paul. Is the Earth flat?
No.
Alright,
I
get
I don't
into
think
it.
so
I
either.
agree.
Can you guys
I
watch
don't
the
know.
documentary?
I
released
did.
it this morning.
I wasn't crazy about it.
You guys know it was like a joke. It was a meme.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a whole
yeah,
joke.
100%.
Yeah.
I thought he would have some sort of inform. I was hoping that he would give me something.
I
Because,
mean, yeah, if you think the Earth is flat,
yeah.
you're a lunatic.
I mean, really, like up to this point, when I watched it, I was like, man, I really hope there's something informative. It's something that it will at least mildly make me wonder. Because up to that point, I was like, that's ridiculous.
You can't wonder about it.
And
man.
it was a joke. The whole thing was a joke.
No, it's definitely a joke, but I don't think it's flat.
No, it's
Mm-mm.
No, not at
Amanda,
all,
you
not
know
at all.
how deep I go into some of these conspiracies and like not even conspiracies, but just like outside the box thing about like many topics. That's not one of them. That is just like
Yeah,
The
that's,
whole,
theoretically,
the whole like third eye
gravity,
thing.
like just it's just
Yeah, it's
no.
just
The Earth is
ridiculous.
round. That's not something the government's like hiding on us. It's just he's doing that because like we were talking about, he's a marketing genius. And he literally
know,
had
right?
like everyone talk like he even like interviewed flat earthers and like made them think that he actually believed it. He had like Keemstar talk shit about him. Like he did so much to get his name in other people's mouths just so they
I
watch his
know.
documentary when it was just like a complete troll.
Yeah, well, he's a
But-
great marketer. You got to
Yeah.
give it to him. On that.
he is, but at the same time, like in the position he's in, I wouldn't think that he would actually just straight clown on all those flat Earth people. Just straight make that
Everyone
many people.
clowns on him.
Because
though.
when I watched the video, I was like, man, if I was one of those flat Earth people at the convention, I'd be kind of mad that he was like making fun of.
But
this
he
whole
still
thing.
got that view.
He still got that view,
That's
but
exactly
it's like,
right.
man, so many people are mad at him, and he knows it, and he still
yeah.
does.
Well, I think people know
But he got
that
them
it
views,
was.
and that's what
I think people
matters.
know that it was
Yeah.
it was comedy. I don't think people.
Yeah.
I don't think many people will catch too much offense from.
Did you see the intro though? The production
It was
value
so
was
good, man.
unreal. Like he
Yeah.
literally had like Earth come together
Yeah.
to spell out flat Earth, and
Yeah.
like it was insane.
And if you look at the comments on the video I looked today, they're 99% positive.
Yeah.
Really positive.
It's because it's less than 1% of people who actually are dumb enough to think that Earth is flat. You know what I mean? So in the end, it's not going to hurt him. It's only going to help him.
Yeah.
Especially him like hyping it up. Like he's doing it right, man. He's done the vlog channel. He's made some mistakes and he's talked about them. I don't want to get into that, but he's literally been doing the vlog channel. Now he has the Impulsive, and now he just did this documentary. Like I was never a fan of the brothers at all until this podcast started, but now I've gained some respect for them.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
I wasn't a big fan until Impulsive either. Caleb showed me Impulsive.
Who's this guy?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Oh yeah,
I've got to check him out.
Paul,
yeah, I don't know who he is or what he does.
Oh man, yeah, you should definitely check him out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check him out.
They have the number 2 podcast in the world.
Yeah, they have the number 2
No,
podcast. I like that.
Do you know what the number 1 is?
Mm-mm.
HapHazard.
HapHazard, wait.
Backed by statistics and data.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So,
Our 200
I don't know what to
viewers.
talk about now.
But I like where you were going though. You were like, I don't even know time exists. I kind of
mean, honestly.
Are you into that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I love that stuff. I could go all day
That's
now.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, we're gonna bring him back up. When he lived with me and Jero, we always tried getting him into like thinking deeper.
Really?
'Cause Steve, he was a surface thinker, kind of just like.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
100%.
Not anymore though. Amanda,
Oh yeah.
she was already like that when she moved in, but then we would always have like deep ass talks like that too.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good skill to have in life. It's just to like, don't be crazy. Like, don't be a crazy person, but just like think outside, like think farther than like the average person, and like don't accept everything you're told, for sure. So like, I don't know.
Sure.
You want to talk about that?
Talk about whether time exists or not.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that because I've never heard anybody say that. I've always
Does it?
always heard that like space and time they're kind of the same. They kind of go together. Like I say, hey, meet me at might as well tomorrow, or meet me might as well, and you say, okay, when? You know, or I say, meet me at 2 tomorrow, and you say, okay, where? Yeah, they kind of go hand in hand.
We're definitely not qualified for this talk, but it's crazy about like we need to get like a quantum physicist on here.
Oh, for sure.
I would love that, man.
Yeah,
that's my
so
favorite
cool.
topic.
I can't really say much on this topic because I don't know know enough about
I'll
it.
sound hella dumb if I start talking about
Same.
it. But like,
I could go all day.
speaking about
this stuff,
like,
man.
if you want to talk about like timelines and like the infinite universe theory, how like there's like multiple universes and they're all coinciding at the same time. And like we were talking about before we started this podcast, the Mandela effect, how I'm like, literally people think that you could actually like translate over into the other timeline in that universe. And really? And like when you're on that new timeline, pretty much small, minute things change. For example, Chick-fil-A, like we talked about. Do you think Chick-fil-A is spelled with a C or a K at the end?
Oh, I've heard about
Yeah,
this.
and I always used to spell it with only a C. Every time. I Googled it to make sure. Like, I just moved here. I was like, I got to figure out how to spell this. Like, it was CHIC-Phil-A.
I think it's a K, though.
Oh, and
It's
is
a K,
now,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you ask anyone, and they're like, there's no K. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought, too. And then all of a sudden, boom. And, like, that's just a theory. Like, this is all kind of like dumb talk, but it's just, like, it's really interesting to, like, look into. It's crazy.
But at the same time, like, you ever have one of those dreams where you dream something, but then you actually live that dream, that exact. It's like you dream a tiny clip, but you live that exact.
Or
like
deja vu.
deja
same
vu.
thing.
Yeah, man.
I don't know
That's
if, like,
crazy.
people always, like, relate deja vu to dreaming, but I don't, like, see it like that. I don't think it's a dream. I think it's kind of, like, it could potentially be, like another from another time.
Well, I want to step in because this actually happens to me all the time. I will dream something, and I'll wake up and know it was a dream, forget, and it's about this time frame. About 3 weeks later, it really does happen. It really will happen.
And that's happened to me a million times. I know some people who say it happens to them all the time, and I know some people who are like, "What are you talking about? You are
I don't know how
Well,
people haven't
it'll
felt that
happen.
before.
It'll happen to me, but there'll be something. Usually, what I dream is more negative than what actually happens. So, like, it might be something kind of nothing like terrible, but it'll be something like kind of bad, like the night gets ruined when I go out with my friends and I have to go home early or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like really living in that moment, and I'll be like, I dreamed this 3 weeks ago, and the night was ruined. But then the night won't be ruined, and it's like that happens to me all the time.
Have you guys ever had a lucid dream, or do you guys know what lucid dreaming is?
Yes,
I've never,
I have.
well,
I'm pretty sure.
once I have, and it didn't work out. I had a dream, and I was dreaming that I was standing next to this lake, and I actually realized I was dreaming. I was like, oh, this is really cool. Maybe I could just run across this lake. But then I ran across the lake and just sunk in. It didn't work.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know why, but that's how it went.
I feel like I've never had a dream where I could control myself.
Yeah, I don't know.
What about you?
Well, I had a partially lucid dream because I was trying to run, and you know those dreams where you're trying to run but you just can't go.
Yeah.
You're just like you just can't.
Those are the
run
worst when
fast.
someone
That
They're
happens
chases
to me
bad.
all the time.
Yeah.
But I also had tasted orange in my dream, which was really weird to me. Like
You
in my
tasted
dream,
something? I've never done that
I
before.
had senses. It was
that's
so
pretty
strange.
crazy.
That, yeah.
Mhm.
That's
For anyone who
insane.
doesn't know, a lucid dream is pretty much when you know you're dreaming and then you get to take control of it. But a lot of people, once they realize that, they wake up, which I feel like everyone has had that
Yeah.
moment. But it's crazy. Like I went through when I was younger, probably like 14 or something. Like I got super intrigued by this, so I did research and people actually keep dream journals and they get a totem from Inception. It's pretty much in real life you have a totem, and if you don't have that in your dream, then you pretty much know you're dreaming. And for example, just a ring or whatever. And also keeping a dream journal, it helps you realize that you're dreaming. So I found that super intriguing when I was younger, and I was like, oh my god, if I could tell that I'm dreaming and then I could do whatever I want in a dream, that's just super fascinating. Because
100%.
why wouldn't you want to do that? You know what I mean? And I remember the one I had when I was younger, and it was so weird. I was driving down a street in my grandpa's red truck, and I was 14, so I was like, this is a dream. And the first thing I chose to do was just jump out of the truck like an action movie when it was going 40 miles per hour. And I rolled, and I swear, I literally remember I just started to fly. And I literally looked down over my city, and this is so long ago that I don't remember. And I kind of never took it past that point where I got where I tried doing it more because it was whatever. But dreams are really, really unique and weird things because no one ever even knows what they really are, whether it's just to decompress the mind or if it's deeper than that.
And then that all the research shows your mind is actually more active when you're dead asleep than if you're wide awake, which is crazy. I don't know.
It's all of your what are they called? Subconscious thoughts. They're all coming to the surface, so you can kind of
Let them out.
Yeah, let them out in a way. So that's kind of
And maybe it has something to do with since your body is so stationary, then your mind can work harder. Maybe something
More
like that.
focused.
Who
So
knows?
do you guys dream every night?
I don't.
I don't remember my
remember.
dreams they say you're supposed to dream, but
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think it has to do about you getting into your REM sleep, and then just certain people remember the dreams. And other
I
people
feel like I'll
don't.
go through weeks where I don't remember any of my dreams, but then I might go through a week where every night I dream.
Yeah.
And the worst is when you have bad dreams, something bad happens, and I feel like I'll go through spells where I'll have a bad dream 3 or 4 nights in a row, but then I won't dream anything for 2 months.
Did you guys ever have a reoccurring nightmare as a child? I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
having terrible dreams, the same one.
Not
Weird.
really, not really.
No.
You never have?
No.
Okay, so as a child, and not really recently, but maybe just a couple years ago, the one reoccurring dream that I always had was Jeepers Creepers was trying to kill me, in my dreams. He was breaking in the house, he knew where I was, and he was gonna find me. And then the end of the dream, like you were saying earlier, when you're trying to run but you can't, it would always be me trying to run from him, and then right when he was about to grab me, I would wake up, and that was
Oh
it.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's creepy.
So that was a
That's so
reoccurring
creepy.
nightmare I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I feel like we should end this on a more positive and not as crazy topic here. So I don't know. You're going down to the beach bars after this? Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. I might
Yeah.
go. It's one of the girls in my major. It's her 21st birthday, so I might go
So
say
tell her
hey.
HapHazard
and,
said happy birthday.
that'll
For
be
sure.
that'll be a fun time.
Hit him with that link. Tell him to subscribe.
Yeah.
Drop a
Heck
like.
yeah.
And give us
Leave a
5
comment.
stars.
Yeah. I was
Just
gonna
5
say, make
stars,
sure
that's all
just
it
5
is.
stars on iTunes. It's no
Yeah.
big deal. Hit the subscribe button.
No big deal,
That's
guys.
big news. We
Yeah.
just got our first 2 episodes onto iTunes.
Oh, yeah,
We're still
just hit
waiting for
iTunes,
Spotify.
yeah.
We're super hyped for that.
We're in the big leagues now.
Big leagues
That's
now.
right.
Yeah.
Amanda,
Hopefully.
we definitely got to get you back. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
thank
love
you for
to.
coming on, Amanda.
So much fun.
I wish we could talk more, but you're coming on another episode here in the future for
Oh,
sure.
heck yeah.
I feel like we could
Yeah.
talk for like hours. you
We
know what I
could.
mean?
We could go on and on. Yeah.
I want to get into some deep stuff next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Please don't.
Anyways,
unsubscribe.
guys,
we're not crazy.
Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of HapHazard. Make sure to hit that subscribe button wherever you listen to podcasts,
Just
iTunes,
hit it.
Spotify, YouTube.
Just hit it.
And we will see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
And Guru, everyone please welcome Amanda.
Caleb is done doing intros. A man. Say you're about to bring a guest on.
Wait. Oh, shit.
Yeah, drink up.